Yeah, he's like a giant purple guy who flies around in space and eats planets and. Oh. Well, that's a choice.
That's how you get ants.
We talked about the 2005 Fantastic Four movie already, and in the wake of the Infinity Saga, it's hard to call it a great Marvel film. Well, the casting was pretty good. Ian Gruffin, Chris Evans, and Michael Chiklis are back with the, okay, let's be honest, disappointing Jessica Alba, but she's here to look pretty, and I guess she does, except when she's invisible or on fire. Even Julian McMahon and Kerry Washington reprise their roles from the first Fantastic Four movie, and this time they're tackling Galactus. According to Marvel.com, and who else can we trust on things like this, Gallon of Ta comes from a reality that existed before this one, then merged with a being called the Sentience of the Cosmos. He is imbued with the power cosmic. Those are both capitalized. Did I convey that? Let's try it again.
The power cosmic.
To sustain the power cosmic, he must consume mass quantities. So he eats entire planets and their populations. For a long time, the Silver Surfer was his herald, scouting out tasty planets that might be next on Galactus's menu. The Silver Surfer appeared in 1966, which kind of makes sense considering the surfer culture that was coming out at the time. Hey, like, totally, man, let's hop on our Woody and wax up our boards and hit the waves. Like, dude, gnarly. All joking aside, the 1960s was a revolutionary time for the surfing culture, and the Beach Boys aren't the only reason. The company Vans was founded in 1966, with others coming shortly after, so why not bring the surf culture into the comic books? You know, for the Utes. But instead of surfing water waves, the Silver Surfer could be surfing cosmic ones.
Righteous! Righteous! Yeah!
Where was I going with this? Oh, right. Today we find anything nice to say about Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Basically, the same things that are good in the first one continue to carry the second. I already mentioned casting, but I want to draw more attention to how perfect Chris Evans was as Johnny Storm. In this one, he's still the devil-may-care womanizer, but he seems much more comfortable with his role as a team player. Like in the first one, he wants Reed to bring on more celebrity endorsements. Part of the issue in the first movie was the lack of funding Richards was facing. Now, though, it seems like they have more than they could ever want. The Human Torch is sort of the public face of the group, even though Reed Richards seems to have done more in the world to establish them as a brand. They get what we would consider nowadays as the Avengers treatment. They're heroes, they're celebrities. Everyone is obsessed with the upcoming wedding of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. Michael Chiklis has an updated Thing costume, though I wish we had some more stone grinding sound effects when he moves. Andre Braugher, you know, the chief on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, this guy.
I don't know why you're telling me. I'm not involved. You made that very clear.
Shows up as General Hager, which continues the trend of excellent casting. He wants Reed to investigate the strange occurrences surrounding the arrival of the mysterious silver object. Lawrence Fishburne is the voice of the Silver Surfer, another casting win, with Doug Jones as the body. If you don't know who Doug Jones is, you should know who Doug Jones is. He rarely plays himself, is most often some kind of creature, but has been the man behind the makeup of some of your favorite characters. As is his character flaw, Reed can't let a good puzzle go. Even though he's supposed to be focused on his wedding, he creates a device to detect the silver object around the world. It's kind of a big deal considering the energy the Silver Surfer puts out is similar to the cosmic storm that gave the Four their powers. I mean, you could think it was a big deal. It actually seems more like a shortcut to Reed being able to create a detection device, as opposed to the idea that maybe it would give a bunch of other people on Earth powers as it interacts with them. Anyway, it's wedding day. Everything seems to be going fine until the detector goes off and Sue gets mad and the Silver Surfer crashes the wedding. The Human Torch takes off after him but gets dragged into the upper atmosphere where the lack of oxygen extinguishes the flames. The Silver Surfer hurls Johnny back to Earth where he crash lands in the desert. During the encounter, the Surfer did something to Johnny so that when he touches another one of the Fantastic Four, they switch powers, which on the one hand is just an excuse to have all of Jessica Alba's clothes burn off so she's naked a few minutes later. If you're into that kind of thing. I mean, it's a PG movie, so don't run to Disney Plus thinking you're going to see a tushy. There's a moment when Johnny switches powers with the Thing, so we have Chris Evans in a rock suit. Practical effect and awesome. Johnny being able to switch powers comes up at the end when they all have to give their abilities to him so he can go all Super Skrull on Dr. Doom after Doom steals the Surfer's board. Do I need to go into the Super Skrull? No, I'm not doing that. You can look it up. In the first Fantastic Four movie, while it suffers from the same issues origin films suffer from, I like the fact that the power of the Fantastic Four seemed almost instinctual. Sure, they perform tests and try to push themselves to their limits, but they don't spend a lot of time learning how to use the powers they've acquired. This means when Johnny has everyone's abilities, it makes sense that he can just use them. He doesn't have to learn how to be invisible or stretchy. During all this, that, and the other thing, the Surfer sees the value of humanity and flies up to Galactus to destroy it. And here's one of the biggest problems. Galactus is like a cloud of space debris. He should look like this. Now, I get it. In 2007, this would probably seem kind of silly. Actually, it still seems kind of silly. A big purple guy the size of Godzilla, sometimes, who eats entire planets. The thing is, the current MCU has taken great pains to establish cosmic celestial entities in films like The Guardians of the Galaxy and The Eternals. No, I didn't see The Eternals, but still, I have seen some things from it. By the current MCU laying the groundwork for celestial beings, we now are able to get a bepurpled Galactus that may be still silly, but fits the mold better. There's a flash of, let's call it cosmic lightning, when the Surfer is destroying Galactus, where you sort of see the outline of what I thought was the traditional design. I'm going to lean on the side of that being intentional because, right? Okay, maybe it's just wishful thinking, but I'm thinking it and I'm wishful. The special effects are cool. The Silver Surfer is flying through buildings and changing the molecular makeup of things. A guy falls out of a boat during the beginning to land on an ocean that's been suddenly frozen over. That was pretty awesome to look at. The Silver Surfer looks real, not like a CGI creation, but an actual metal being that interacts with the environment around him. Honestly, the surfboard itself is the thing that looks the most CGI'd. Everything else fits pretty well. We get the appearance of the Dodge Ram branded Fantasticar.
Hemi? Of course. Okay, Ben.
This is another one of those movies that's fun if you don't take it too seriously. In the first movie, they're facing a relatively local threat in Dr. Doom, as Doom isn't the country-leading megalomaniac he will become. In this one, Doom is around because, well, Doom makes it more the Fantastic Five. He's a temporary ally, then a bad guy again. At the end of the day, our heroes don't defeat the bad guys, but it's their heroic action that caused someone else to fight the ultimate threat. It's an important story. Maybe the Fantastic Four can't defeat Galactus, but maybe with the help of someone else they can. And maybe they gained an ally because of their heroism and self-sacrifice and, dare I say it, righteousness.
Righteous! Righteous! Yeah!
The two official forays of Marvel's first family were only moderately successful. Casting spot on, effects are decent. If anything, they lack the depth of world building that Marvel later devoted itself to, but at the time, I'm not sure we would have accepted watching 10 movies to understand who Galactus is. As far as the Silver Surfer is concerned, I kind of think they nailed it. Marvel learned a lot from its big-budget films before taking on MCU Infinity Saga, and the two Fantastic Four films will always be an important step on the rise of Marvel as a powerhouse. Until next time, all hail the coming of Galactus, and never be ashamed to like what you like. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified when we post new videos. If you have a movie about which you would like me to find anything nice to say, drop it in the comments below. I did put that in there.
The Power Cosmic.